said, I don't know if anybody ever told you, but everybody is replaceable. So whatever you do, you give it 1,000%.
Behind the scenes of one of radio's biggest shows, a storm has been brewing that finally exploded into public view. What started as a simple staff change has transformed into one of the most talked about feuds in entertainment media, exposing the brutal reality of the broadcasting world and leaving careers hanging in the balance. When Just Hilarious stepped into Angela Yee's shoes at the Breakfast Club, everyone expected a smooth transition. After all, Jess had built a substantial following with her social media presence and comedy career.
Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm not one mother ever.
The move seemed calculated, bringing in someone with an established audience to fill the void left by a veteran broadcaster. But what happened next would change everything and create a divide that has fans and industry insiders taking sides in what might be the most revealing radio drama of the year. Shortly after securing the coveted position, Jess announced her pregnancy and eventually took maternity leave from the show. This opened the door for Lauren LaRosa, a former TMZ personality, to step in temporarily for Jess's Jess with the Mess segment. What nobody anticipated was the audience's overwhelming response to Lauren's performance.
And I love her segment and everything. But if y'all gonna add it to the show, add it to the show legitimately. If she's a producer, let her keep playing the background.
The replacement, who was supposed to be temporary, started gaining serious traction with viewers, and suddenly, the conversation shifted dramatically. Viewers immediately noticed Lauren's polished delivery, thorough research, and seamless integration with hosts Charlamagne Tha God and DJ Envy. The comment sections filled with comparisons between the two women, with many suggesting Lauren was outperforming Jess in her own segment. It's like night and day, wrote one viewer. Lauren comes prepared and flows with the guys naturally. This public perception started building momentum, but the situation remained just under the radar of mainstream attention.
Work with a very intimate team of, people who are really good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for a little over 7 years,
wow.
and recently decided, I got some skin in this, have learned a few things, and recently decided that, it was just time for me to leave.
Until a vocal critic decided to amplify the conversation. The situation became impossible to ignore when comedian Corey Holcomb decided to weigh in with his unfiltered take in a video that would pour gasoline on an already smoldering situation. Holcomb didn't hold back, dubbing Jess less hilarious in a viral takedown that racked up hundreds of thousands of views within days. He criticized her reading ability, preparation, and overall talent, suggesting she was completely outmatched by her temporary replacement. They brought in somebody who is talented. It's seamless when she's there. The talent shows out, and then less hilarious ain't even reading right.
No, I always reference that one, the one conversation I had up here after I got fired from Philly. I think I either came here the same day I got fired or like the very next day. Yep. And it's just like, you go back and watch that. I prophesied everything that, came to be.
Holcomb stated in his scathing assessment, she had a job where all she had to do was deliver the news. Then they brought in somebody who has experience and talent at this job. The comedian's critique resonated with many viewers who had been thinking the same thing, but hadn't voiced it so directly. What made Holcomb's comments particularly impactful was their timing. Just as Jess was attempting to reassert her position at the Breakfast Club after returning from maternity leave, the viral critique threatened to undermine her credibility with both management and listeners. Industry insiders noted that radio is an unforgiving business, where perception often becomes reality.
That's not for real. Act like nobody knew that. Stop acting like y'all,
What
we
part?
really...
What you mean we don't have your back?
I have more...
Break that down. Explain how we don't have your back.
Okay, all right. So the narrative, like I said, with the online-ish, that's what I said. Y'all ain't nobody trying to clear up no narrative about nothing.
And having a loud, influential voice questioning your abilities can be career-threatening. The situation intensified when Jess returned fire with serious allegations about her history with Corey. In an emotional response video that quickly made rounds across social media platforms, she claimed, "You have a failed date with Jess. I done had a failed date with his ass. He's still hurt that I wouldn't accept his apology." Rather than addressing the professional critiques about her performance, Jess pivoted to personal accusations while acknowledging some of the reading difficulties Holcomb had pointed out. "He's just mad at me. He's just upset that I don't want to deal with him anymore."
I texted back, I said, "No, Bow Wow."
Yeah, I thought it was Safari, because then, I'm like, then I felt bad because then he came in here and like cried because he got robbed. Was that it?
No, that was
somewhere else.
Studio, right there.
Well, either way you cry, you always be crying. But yeah, like, I was like, yo, I know y'all ain't cancel me for him.
Jess insisted, before proceeding to address issues with the Breakfast Club management instead of Corey's specific criticisms. This strategic pivot away from the substance of the critique raised eyebrows among media observers who noted that deflection often appears as confirmation. Particularly revealing is how it exposes the brutal realities of the entertainment industry that typically remain hidden behind professional smiles and carefully worded press releases. Jess blamed the Breakfast Club for not defending her against critics, but industry veterans pointed out that's not how high-level media operations typically function.
I know that you were in a relationship for a little minute, but like I think that might help you. Like you might figure out some stuff about
what you did was
that
wild.
was sound advice.
Like, let's break down what you did.
First of all, he didn't even know.
He was on campus arguing with his ex.
When you secure a position at the biggest syndicated hip-hop show on planet Earth, as one commentator put it, the expectation is that you'll consistently deliver excellence or risk being replaced, regardless of personal circumstances. The controversy also highlighted the precarious position women often find themselves in within entertainment. Jess acknowledged her struggles with reading and preparation, but suggested there were underlying issues with how she was being treated. "It's still about policy and protocol and principles," she stated in her response video, hinting at deeper problems within the organization.
Having an issue with our co-host. During the pandemic, we had a whole bunch of characters come out, a whole bunch of comedians, and Jess was one of them.
Some supporters rallied behind her, suggesting she was being held to different standards than her male counterparts. Meanwhile, station management remained conspicuously silent throughout the public back and forth, neither defending Jess nor disavowing Holcomb's criticisms. This strategic silence only fueled speculation about Jess's future with the program. Industry analysts noted that radio executives typically let these situations play out publicly before making decisions behind closed doors. The lack of public support from Charlemagne and DJ Envy also raised questions about internal dynamics at the show. As the controversy continued to swirl, an unexpected development emerged. Ratings for The Breakfast Club actually increased during this period. The public drama had created renewed interest in the show, with listeners tuning in to witness the tension firsthand and form their own opinions about the competing personalities. This phenomenon underscored a cynical truth about media. Conflict drives engagement, and engagement drives revenue. Lauren LaRosa, the unintended catalyst for the drama, maintained a professional distance from the controversy, neither engaging with Holcomb's praise nor responding to Jess's implied criticism. This measured approach earned her additional respect from industry observers who noted that restraint often speaks volumes in an industry where public messiness can damage long-term career prospects. The aftermath leaves everyone questioning what happens next, with Jess still under contract but clearly unhappy, and Lauren having proven herself capable of handling the role. The Breakfast Club faces a difficult decision about its future lineup. Will they maintain the status quo and weather the storm, or will they make another change that could potentially disrupt their formula once again? Beyond the individuals involved, this situation has become a case study in how quickly fortunes can change in media.
She had a nice following on Instagram. She's a comedian. She got so big online that the Breakfast Club actually reached out to her and brought her on board after Angela Yee made a departure in 2002.
One day, you're the exciting new addition to a national platform, and the next, a replacement is winning over your audience while critics question your fundamental abilities. The entertainment industry's brutal reality isn't just about talent. It's about consistency, preparation, and adaptability in a landscape where public opinion can shift overnight. Industry insiders are now watching closely to see if this marks the end of Jess's tenure at the station or if she'll manage to adapt and reclaim her position decisively. Whatever happens next, this radio drama has revealed the precarious nature of entertainment success and how quickly public opinion can shift when new talent enters the scene. In an industry built on perception, sometimes all it takes is one viral critique to change everything.